Last week we did a brief overview of everything that came with the new firmware, and I said that I'd be going into more detail in the upcoming weeks. This week we're going to take a look at creating scenes. Yes, we really have scenes now. Now you folks that came from Helix territory, you would refer to them as snapshots. It's the same thing. Now for you guys that came straight from the amp and pedals world, you probably don't know what scenes and snapshots are, so let's take a brief look into that. The Helix and Fractal modelers did not have gapless switching between presets like the Tone Master Pro has. Their devs came up with something called snapshots or scenes, depending on which modeler you used. Now, like I said, snapshots and scenes, they're basically the same thing. But Fender refers to them as scenes, so from here on out, I will be referring to scenes. Scenes are basically presets within a preset. Looking at this from a brick and mortar perspective, think of your Tone Master Pro as a multi-room studio and equipment warehouse. In each of the rooms, you might have, 2, maybe 3 amps, half dozen or so pedals. You can think of each of these rigs as a preset. You probably wouldn't use all the pedals all the time, and you're probably only going to use one amp, then another, and then maybe 2 of them together. Now you could possibly do the pedal dance, but that can get awful limiting. And how do you deal with switching between 2 or more amps? What you need is an extensive switching system so you can run various combinations of pedals and amps at one time. Press one switch, you might have a Fender Deluxe reverb and a tremolo activated. Press another switch, that gear gets turned off, and you might have a plexi, a delay, and a reverb running. Well, you can think of each of those foot switch arrangements as scenes. The switching from scene to scene still wasn't 100% gapless, but the gap was much shorter than when you went from preset to preset. Some of you might be wondering, what is this gapless issue anyway? Don't you just use one preset per song? Well, players wanted to have one setup for the intro, another setup for the verse, another setup for the chorus, another setup for the bridge, another setup for the solo, and so on. And they didn't want to do the pedal dance that you have to do with an analog pedal board. When players tried that using presets, the gap was really noticeable going from part to part. So like I said, that's when Line 6 and Fractal came up with scenes and snapshots, and then the gap wasn't quite as noticeable. Now with Helix and Fractal, you were given 8 scenes per preset. Fender gives us 9. There's more on that in a minute. The Tone Master Pro has 504 user presets. If you used all 9 scenes in each preset, you could effectively have 4,536 presets on your Tone Master Pro when using scenes. Fender has added new info on scenes in the updated manual. I won't go into all of that here, but I definitely suggest that you check out the manual and read up on that information. In the Tone Master Pro, you have up to 9 scenes per preset, which includes the bass preset. Now that's B-A-S-E, the bass, like the foundation. The bass preset is considered the starter scene, or scene 0 if you want to call it that, or you might even call it the bass scene. All of the other scenes are built on the foundation of the bass preset. I know, that still sounds confusing. Let's open up Pro Control and see how we can create scenes. I'm going to try to keep this video as simple as possible, so all we're going to do is turn on and off different blocks in our scenes. We'll look into parameter settings for scenes in part 2. Now here's a preset I created that has 2 amps and 6 pedals. Again, you can think of this as a rig that you have set up in one of the rooms in your Tone Master Pro studio. I have the deluxe reverb and the large plate reverb turned on. So far this looks like any regular preset, right? Like I said earlier, you can think of this as the bass preset or scene 0. Go down here and click on foot switch assign. I'm going to start in the lower left hand corner and move left to right. So we click on this plus sign. Now we get to the select assignment type panel. As you can see, we have a new option here, the third one. It's called scene. Click on it and the first thing that happens is you get asked to name your scene. Now I'll just call this first scene Scene 1, although you could call it anything like intro or solo or verse, whatever you want. But we'll just keep it plain and generic and we'll call it Scene 1. Click on the blue Confirm. Now we're in the Scene Foot Switch Assignment panel. There are options for scene name, color active, color inactive, scene spillover, scene MIDI, amp control 1, and amp control 2. My defaults are set up so that color active is blue, color inactive is dim, and scene spillover is on. Scene spillover works like spillover in any preset, but this time it's a spillover from one scene to another. The three other options, scene MIDI, amp control 1, and amp control 2, they all default to off. Well, this scene is now active. Click on Preset View up here, and this brings you back to your bass preset with the Deluxe Reverb and Large Plate Reverb active. You'll notice a new label next to the preset name up here at the top. It lists the scene name. Now this one says Scene 1, but like I said, it could say intro, solo, whatever. All right, let's activate one more block. Click on Virtual Capo so that it gets highlighted. Click on Bypassed to activate it. You'll notice a new blue label underneath the block name called Scene Edit. That means you're in Scene Edit mode, which affects this scene only. If you click on it, it turns gray, meaning that Scene Edit is deactivated. Any changes that you make to this scene will also be made to your bass preset. So I'm turning it back on. Now go back to your preset and click on the preset name underneath My Presets. It goes back to just the Deluxe Reverb and the Large Plate Reverb being active. Now you should also see a new entry underneath the preset name labeled Scene 1. Click on it, and now the Virtual Capo also gets activated. Congratulations! You've just created your first scene. But how about the bass preset? How can we get to it when we're away from Pro Control and using the foot switches? Well, just click on whatever scene foot switch is active. It'll turn off that scene and revert to the bass preset. Let's make a few more scenes. Once again, click on Foot Switch Assign, click on the second plus here, click on Scene. I'll call this one Scene 2, click on the blue Confirm, and we're back at the Scene Foot Switch Assign panel. I'm changing color active to green. Again, click on Preset View up here, and let's activate two more blocks. Click on EQ10 Graphic so that it gets highlighted. Turn Bypassed off. Now go back to your preset and do the same thing for Green Box 10. And you have just created your second scene. Once again, click on Foot Switch Assign. Click on the plus sign. Click on Scene. I'll call this one Scene 3. Click on the blue Confirm. Once again, we're back at the Scene Foot Switch Assign panel. Changing color active to orange. Click on Preset View. Let's switch things up a little. Click on the Deluxe Reverb so that it gets highlighted. Click on Bypass. Close that, go back to your preset. Click on the FBE 100. Click on Bypass to turn it on. Now click on Glooper and click on Bypass to turn it on too. You have created your third scene. We'll create one more scene because I think you're getting the hang of how this works by now. So we click on Foot Switch Assign, click on the plus sign here, click on Scene, Scene Name is Scene 4, click on the blue Confirm, changing color active to red. Click on the Preset View, again click on the Deluxe Reverb so that it gets highlighted, click on Bypass, click on the FBE 100, activate it, click on Virtual Capo, activate it, and click on Glooper and activate it. You have now created your fourth scene. We take a look at them. Here's the bass preset, Scene 1, Scene 2, Scene 3, and Scene 4. Now you should save it, but you have options. Do you want to save it so that the bass preset pops up first? Well, then click on the preset name underneath My Presets and hit Save. But what if you want to save it so that the Scene 1 pops up first? Well, either select that foot switch or click on Scene 1 over here on the side and hit Save. It's the same procedure if you want another scene to start up when the preset is chosen. Either click on that foot switch or select that scene name under the preset name and press save. Alright, let's try out this preset and see how it sounds. Okay, here's the bass preset. Here's scene 1. Here's scene 2. Here's scene 3. And here's scene 4. So scenes are pretty cool, aren't they? And those are the most basic of scenes. And did you notice how scene spillover worked? The glooper continued doing its weird thing that it does, even when I switched to a different scene. That's pretty cool. And now consider that honestly, I put really zero thought into setting up these scenes. I just wanted to put something together that I could demonstrate to you guys. The only pedal board dancing you'd be doing is from preset to preset and from scene to scene. And I think even if you have 2 left feet, you can manage that. Now we'll get into adjusting parameters in scenes in the next video. And that makes the Tone Master Pro's version of scenes so much fun to use. And if you're still here, thank you so much for stopping by and sticking around. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, drop me a line right here, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Now, I'll be having part 2 of my scenes video series this Friday. You don't want to miss that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. All right, guys, have a great week, and I'll be talking with you again this Friday.